dans les attrapes. But usually you still see a lot of whales here. Oh, I admit they amuse themselves, astonished. You can watch them from the beach as they jump out of the water. Apone. C'est ça qui est dommage. It's a disadvantage for you since you've not been allowed to hunt whales for years or not. But the Japanese still kill many. We caught one whale in 1930 and then the last one in 1957. That's over 20 years later. You didn't catch any whales for 20 years. No, not a single one. Do you think that they'll come back soon? But there are some around here. A few people saw one not long ago. They told us it was a mother with her calf. I saw baby. Fred has also been told about another sign of whale season on Naruto, and he decides to follow it up. It's the flowering of the whale tree. A fisherman takes Fred to this special tree. Okay. Voilà. Come on. What? So the tree's in full bloom at the beginning of the whale season. What? Yes, that's when it's covered in blossoms. When it begins to flower, it means that the whales have arrived. That's when the whaling season starts. That's right. And what happens when the trees finish flowering? That's when the whales have gone. So we may have come at the end of the seasons. Oh, yes. Okay. If this bit of local folklore is correct, the team has come here at the right time. But then there's another setback. Sirens sound an alarm. There's been a fax from Pavete, the capital of Polynesia. It's a tsunami warning. Nobody seems to have concrete information. The team desperately tries to find out more. Trish's en contact avec la France. I'm in contact with France. Derniers échanges. It's possible this is the last chance to be in touch right before the tsunami hits us. They know that we're taking all necessary precautions to evacuate the people. Well, guys, so we stay here until it arrives now. What are you going to do? Yes? See what it looks like. The island's shoreline is quickly evacuated. Technical equipment is packed and everyone hastily retreats to higher ground. The wait begins. The tsunami hits Samoa and kills 120 people. But it doesn't reach Naruto. The island has a lucky escape. For the expedition, the first few days on the island have been very disappointing. So when a call from Dr. Michael Poole, a humpback whale expert on Moorea, reaches the dive team, they're quick to take up the opportunity. Dr. Poole would be interested to meet them. Moorea is one of the Society Islands, 600 kilometers to the northeast of Naruto. Its bigger neighbor is Tahiti. It is located right in the heart of the conservation area for marine mammals that was established in 2002. Lush vegetation and high trees cover the island, and imposing volcanic peaks rise up from the sea. It is the essence of tropical tranquility. The bright turquoise bays with their deep clear waters are lined with a protective fringe reef that reaches right around the island. Hello, Fred. Dr. Poole has been based here for the last 15 years. He's the director of the Marine Mammal Research Program at the Island Research Center and Environmental Observatory. Biggest animals on the planet. He's one of the driving forces behind the setup of the whale and dolphin sanctuaries. Every time we find an answer or partial answer to one question, there are 5 other questions that pop up. And some basic things that we do not know. How do whales navigate? We don't know. How do they find their breeding ground? How do they find their feeding ground? 7,000 kilometers distance between Antarctica and here in Tahiti. And how do they undertake that migration and we find some of the same whales coming back different years to the same island. How do they do that? We don't know. The song of the humpback whales, the males that sing the song, what is it really for? We have different hypotheses, but no one is totally sure really what's going on. Why does the song change? During a season and over years, why does the song evolve over time? We don't know this at all, and so we're searching. Every day we're out, every week we're out, every month and every year to try to find answers to these questions. Myself, my colleagues, our students, all trying to find answers to these questions. We've never lost that fascination because there's so much that we don't understand. And another reason why you and your ability to dive deeply and stay long is valuable to our research is that you can photograph the underside of the individual or the side of the individual. And with your photographs, we can sex the individual. Free diving has a long tradition in Tahiti. Both fishermen and pearl divers have used the technique for hundreds of years. Albeit, local knowledge is always invaluable, and the Tahitian free diver Atana Taimana accompanies Fred on his next dive. On the way, she has a chance to show Fred a very special local attraction. Stingrays had shown no fear of humans. Christian Piton gets his equipment ready. The stingrays are already waiting right under the boat. Due to the venomous barbs on their tails, they have a reputation as lethal marine creatures, but here, they're at ease and don't pose a significant threat. Elegantly gliding through the water, the rays live up their docile reputation and don't respond nervously to the divers. But to find humpback whales, the divers have to leave these shallow waters. The tireless search for the whales begins again. Dr. Poole doesn't usually work with divers. He tends to watch and identify the animals from the surface using a catalogue of photographs. Never. Oh la la. Do it. Bad angle. Humpback whales have completely individual tail fins, distinct both in shape and coloration. Occasionally, the whales give spectacular, even acrobatic performances. They emerge from the water and thrash the surface with their tail fins. These may be attempts to rid themselves of irritating parasites. The energetic spectacle means that fragments of whale skin come loose, which the scientists quickly gather from the water. It allows them to analyze the animal's DNA. Over time, they can piece together a more and more detailed description of each individual. Fred prepares for a dive. Should a whale approach, he has to be ready. So, Christian is only too aware that it will take a bit of luck to get the chance to film Fred near the whales. It can mean hours of waiting, ready to get in the water in minutes. Patience is one of the absolute requirements to make it as a wildlife filmmaker. Then they're in luck. They spot a whale cow with her calf. They seem to be resting near the surface. There's no time to lose. No, but the direction have. Okay. Fred always makes the first explorative dive on his own. By the time the other divers manage to reach the required depths, the whale may have already moved on. This time, luck is on their side. The whale calf is not at all shy, even playful, while its mother is having a rest further down. It's a one-off chance for a close encounter. The divers have to be very careful. Even a calf's tail fin could wreak havoc. But this intimate meeting of the whale baby and the free diver is overall too soon. The mother eventually intervenes, and the two majestic marine mammals move on. But then Fred spots another opportunity. The school of pilot whales passes nearby. For a few minutes, Fred can swim alongside them. The pilot whales are being followed. An oceanic white-tipped shark is on their tails. This is a formidable predator, reaching around 3 meters in length. But the whales are safe in its company. Oceanic white-tipped sharks are often found in the company of pilot whales, although the reason for this association is not fully understood. It's a breathtaking experience for Fred. For a few seconds, a few minutes, I'm really part of the environment as one of the inhabitants, that environment. I try not to bring my human abilities with me, but try really to forget about them, bury them somewhere in my brain, and just being like an animal of part of the area of diving. Freediving allows you to do that. And as Fred becomes one with his environment, the animals he encounters seem to perceive him as one of them. He can witness their behavior in an entirely different way. Tracking whales is laborious and time-consuming, but there are some shortcuts. Sometimes it's possible to hear these giants before you see them. And Fred's luck hasn't run out yet. Photographs like these can only be taken underwater stinks. They're a very welcome addition to the whale researchers' catalog. So maybe we can talk about the smoke. Snowball. That's really pretty, Fred. I mean, from a aesthetic viewpoint, it's absolutely beautiful. Nice marks. Yes. And look how these throat plates bifurcate. Can you go backwards just a second? Right here, splitting into two. Indeed, allowing more spread, more expansion as it takes in water and food. Very, very nice. These detailed photographs of the whale's unique markings are invaluable to Dr. Pool's research. Working from the boat, he would normally be unable to take any pictures as detailed as these.